All right, I know this is a bit of an interesting situation, but we got a bunch of different ApparentlyJack and Mawkzy games today. We actually joined in on them late because I didn't know they were going to happen, and I missed game one. So I think I decided to just watch game one here from the replay. I'm not showing chat because obviously the games have finished, and how all the games went is known from us. Now, I'm a master of deception, so you're not going to get from me how the rest of the games went. But I just wanted to give you guys game one as well. As Jack and Mawkzy actually ended up playing 2 full series, 2 best of 7 series that we're going to include probably in this one video. And the opening is going to be ApparentlyJack scoring first, and Mawkzy baiting in Jack right here by not picking up the boost in the first place. It was almost certainly a mistake from Mawkzy that is going to be rewarded by Jack getting overly aggressive and trying to capitalize on that moment. Jack up the sidewall, air dribble straight, take to nets. Will pay off 2-1. This is literally pre-recorded. This is the one time, I mean, chat loves to joke about pre-recorded moments. It's not really pre-recorded. The matches, or this specific game, was pre-played. But it's actually not getting pre-recorded. It is getting recorded live on stream. So in that way, it still isn't even pre-recorded. Mawkzy pinching back to his own half. And is going to have this counterattack. Ball rolling off the post and in. But ultimately, Mawkzy gets it. Mawkzy dives in deep, and it's going to get bumped off ball. 3 at 3:33 with 2 for Mawkzy. Why'd they remove a ones major? Actually, I've talked about this a few times before. Obviously, can't see the chats, but I can mention them. I do think this is better. I think the way this is going to work out, the way 1v1 was dragged out over the course of 2 different majors, 2 different 1v1s, and then who was actually on form around the time that the 1v1 World Final was played. Maybe could have not been. I think it probably was, but it was so long. It just felt like we just got such a half effort at each tournament too. Just one game in the middle of other threes games. The idea that we're going to get a full dedicated ones day, which I think is what's going to happen. Maybe there's also going to be 2s during it, but even then, that's much better. And who knows, we might get it, 4. We're definitely at least getting 4, I bet, players at the Worlds. Maybe even a bit more to get play that day. I think it's going to work out better. I think I'm going to like it more than the split over 2 majors. Obviously, ideally, they just add, 4 players per major and Worlds or something, which would work out great. But that's not what we have right now. Mawkzy pre-jumping and trying to get back down off the ceiling. Not going to be able to intercept a Jack who is now at 4-3. Mawkzy slight delay power shot. Mina Group B lower bracket winners are sus. I don't even know if I paid attention long enough to see who came out of Group B lowers. We watched Twisted in Group A. Why would Group B be suspect at all? I think favorites for the major for 2s or for Worlds for 2s got to be Zen and Atto. But there's lots of different high-level 2s teams. Zen and Atto have just shown that consistency that we haven't really got to see from many other 2s duos. But who knows, it might be there. Nice flick from Mawkzy as he equalizes 5-5. We have had an opportunity to talk about this a bunch after watching their matches, but this is going to be the first time that YouTubers are tuning in because this is that game one. You're gonna end up seeing, you know, a ton more. But Jack in the Octane, which is a clear intentional decision, and not to spoil the rest of the matches. But he doesn't switch out of it. He stays Octane the whole time, and is clearly looking to work on it. Oh my goodness, this was the multiple. You know what? We don't normally do replays here, but we would have watched this one on a replay if we were watching live. Mawkzy, 1 reset, 2 reset, 3 reset, top left, 7-5. NA should just be Beast Mode and Daniel. They're the clear favorites. I'd say next up is maybe a Diaz reveal. If those two play together. And then First Killer Kofer. Feel like probably the best duos. LJ's been a good twos player for a long time, but I don't know if, you know, who he's going to play with. Depending on who he plays with, he could be up there. Pre-flip. Ooh, nice flick from Jack. Pre-flip flick. He's even proving it's pre-recorded. Listen, the rest of the games were recorded before this game one. I don't know if that counts as being pre-recorded. They all happened live. You're gonna join in with a different Feer once this game one ends. Ooh, Jack needed that goal and instead clanged it into the crossbar. And Mawkzy's gonna bump him twice to add insult to injury and get the counterattack. Mech in Life is your sleeper pick. I accidentally switched off of player POV. I think they're fairly sleeper. I'm really excited to watch them play. I guess I haven't seen them. They played well against Slater, so for that reason, it kind of feels like maybe we should give them a chance. They're the closest anyone's gotten to beating Slater. But I'm not sure if I would have them too much, you know, stealing a bit away from one of those top dogs. Ooh, Mawkzy, ceiling reset. What a great play. 10-6. Mawkzy gonna take this game number one. 10-6 against Jack. They end up playing 2 full series. You guys are gonna jump back in with me watching them live here after this game. Mawkzy gonna get one more. 11-6. Enjoy the rest of the series. Chat, here we go. It's a bit of an unorthodox YouTube video that you're gonna be watching later because we've missed a game. We missed a full game of Mawkzy versus ApparentlyJack. I was just about to go offline. And call it at the end of the day for Mina Watch Party. And then I thought to myself, why not watch this game? Mawkzy had mentioned that I could hop in whenever I wanted to when he was playing these show matches he's been doing on stream. Check out Mawkzy, by the way, twitch.tv /Mawkzy_. He has set himself up a 1v1 with ApparentlyJack. And so we have hopped in to join in and watch for the rest of the game. So we did miss game number 1. And, you know, you can let me know in the comments, but I'm assuming you guys would rather watch, you know, potentially 6 games of Jack and Mawkzy, even if that means we miss out on game 1 of the best of 7. Actually, Jack asked Mawkzy first. Oh, is that right? Well, Mawkzy has been playing these and has been reaching out to people. He talked to me about it not long ago, and so I just kind of assumed that it was Mawkzy, to be fair. He had been setting up matches for his stream without me involved. I don't know about that. We can't be having Mawkzy playing matches, you know, without Feer. If he cuts me out of the picture, what am I going to do? I'm going to be on the streets, applying to McDonald's. Luckily, he has no issues with me joining in. So why not watch a little bit more Mawkzy gameplay? What's crazy is people got to file back in. I did the full-on official goodbye to the stream chat right before this started. And yeah, here we are. We actually had Mawkzy and Jack play against each other on my stream somewhat recently. I'm not even sure if you can consider this playing on my stream at this point. I feel like this is being played on Mawkzy's stream. I'm just here for the ride. But we had Mawkzy and Jack. I do believe Jack was able to get a game, but Mawkzy did win. Jack played a bunch of games back-to-back. They weren't looking so good for him as far as his 1v1 record was looking. Now, unfortunately for Jack, his 3v3 record hasn't been looking how he'd like as well. In fact, him being in the Octane might just be enough explanation all in itself. Has Jack really ever dabbled that much in Octane? He's gone back and forth a little bit, but he is no question a Fennec main as of late. But maybe searching for the answer. I love that shot from Mawkzy. I feel like it looks extra powerful because when you backflip out of it, you don't follow the ball. It looks extra speedy, but it is still a very strong shot and keeps him positioned well. Jack needs to be careful on getting greedy in the orange half, though. Jack flick. Double jump. Save by Mawkzy. Actually doesn't even have orange trail coming off the crossbar, which means it wasn't even a save. That's just exactly where Jack put it. Mawkzy was going to be there in case it did need to be saved. Jack on the Diaz challenge. The musty is an own goal. As you know, impressive as it is to be able to get a shot from your own back wall, it's not a good one. It's often an own goal, and I would say, you know, that is an own goal. Obviously, it's a bit exaggerative, but in this high level of a one's lobby, a shot like that can be considered an own goal, if you ask me. I missed a Mawkzy triple flip reset in the first game. If I get into the game before it ends, which I did, will the replay give me the full game? Or is the replay just going to be the moments I was in it? It's just going to be the moments that I was in it, right? But maybe not. Maybe with the new replay system, I could get the full game by just being in it for a second. Or I could just ask Mawkzy for it. Maybe that's what we'll end up doing. Maybe for the YouTube video that I put up, I'll actually go through and watch that first game as well. Jack getting a nice counterattack. That actually wasn't in. I think that bounce would have been savable. Obviously, Mawkzy a bit more worried, feeling like he had to cut it off early. Must watch on stream. You guys want me to record on stream? I was thinking I'd go offline and then watch that game one. Especially because you guys might spoil how the series goes if we watch the games out of order. Chat's going to be spamming exactly how the series went for the YouTubers, and they don't like that. They're not fans of spoilers. Mawkzy. Wave dash. Pop. They get 6-3. Jack, I really like this aerial take. Ooh, tough to not get a goal out of it. Like that much better than his Diaz attempts. Mawkzy. Interesting decision here. Is this going to work out? It seems like a big mistake, and I'm just so, you know, inclined to trust these players in their plan. But obviously, Mawkzy pulling that ball directly off the back wall in an attempt to try and bring it back was too ambitious and resulted in a Jack goal. It's RLCS map rotation. I think one of the best things about map rotation, which is silly because you could always just look at the scoreboard and get it just as fast, but I still think this is, you know, you quickly get to know what game it is, and it helps give you the feel of the match. It's like, okay, Forbidden Temple, it's still early on. Either team still has a chance. $7-5 for Mawkzy on the low 50. Got Jack to challenge the dribble. Mawkzy just has Jack red. Mawkzy seems to be one step ahead when it comes to outplaying Jack around his own net. A few different times now, it just feels like Jack is diving in when he really shouldn't be. In this case, though, it's hard to blame him. Now that he's down multiple goals, and he needs to get something going in order to try and bring this game back. It's less of a big deal, but we saw this early in the game as well. Mawkzy doing multiple front flips behind the ball. If Jack wins this series, I'll donate my entire salary as subs in chat. What's your salary? Tell us right now. I don't want to hear any backing out when Jack makes the comeback. Game number 3. DFH Stadium. Mawkzy and ApparentlyJack. ApparentlyJack really needs to clean up possession in the orange half. That is what I would think would be priority. Possession and challenges. I guess not even necessarily possession. More so attempting to steal possession in the orange half has been really tough for him. Needs to clean that up. It might be because he knows how good Mawkzy is when you give him space, and he'd rather dive and take a chance early. But I mean, it's moments like this too. It's just Jack in the orange half. It's just not looking as good as we're used to seeing. Getting baited in. Not believing in Mawkzy's ability to get off the back wall and clear that away. Undercutting Mawkzy here should be a goal for Jack. Can you guys please stop repeating that chat? We will not be making an emote for that. Jack bringing this back into the blue half. No boost to work with. Has a pad. Mawkzy blocks this and goes to the midfield boost. And it's going to keep Jack completely starved out. I actually thought Mawkzy wouldn't be going there, so I don't really blame Jack for not rushing. It seemed like Mawkzy would stick around the ball. And so Jack was maybe thinking, keep my momentum low so that I could pick up boost and then quickly get back to the play. But Mawkzy had actually raced off to steal the 100 from him. He's going to steal this 100. Jack going to reset possession back to the blue wall. And is he going to try and score here? It looked like he was maybe hoping to bring the ball down and get it on target, but he's not believing in Mawkzy's recoveries. Just feels like Mawkzy is playing a bit faster as he gets a reset in reverse off the ceiling. Flick over the top of Jack. Mawkzy has been looking good. He's been getting better and better since his most recent tournament results, which were not great for him by his standards. And he's just looking more comfortable than Jack right now. Jack is looking kind of stiff and a bit slow to the ball here and there. I mean that's kind of a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Little things like that, just driving right past that corner boost, where there's really no reason why he should be missing that, and I'm sure he would say the same. And then forcing himself into recovery defense that's not going to work, and it's going to result in him getting scored on. Wow, Jack actually is able to find that demo all the way at the top of the arena. He's popping this ball in front of his own net. Doesn't really have to worry too much because Mawkzy's far enough away. That pop is much scarier in a different context. Jack needs to be careful, wants to get a demo or an undercut, but doesn't get either. Mawkzy just getting everything he wants. Nice recovery from Mawkzy, and it's 5-2. This is not RLCS. This is a Mawkzy match we just hopped into. I like to see players using the best of 7 built in game. Almost no one ever uses that, but it's actually great for, well, you guys can't even see, my overlay is covering it, but it's good for when you don't have your own self overlay. Uh-oh. No, I mean, this is just adding to the nightmare. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it for the sake of Jack. I skipped it insta. And that is the beginning of the Jack comeback. You heard it here first. Not having to watch that again is gonna be the difference. Ooh, look at the Jack pre-jump paying off as he tries to take it back to his half. Now starting an air dribble from just past the midfield line. The double is not quite in. Recovery is a bit slow. Did he go too quickly? You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I feel like I would expect a cleaner landing there. Ads DSC was added today by Rico, and it's already many people's favorite. Mawkzy is just in the zone. This is two players that feel like they're in opposite sides of their zone. Mawkzy very, very comfortable. Jack needing to find a way to get into that zone. I don't think we'll see him switching out of Octane. I do feel like he's probably made an intentional decision if he's here in the Octane to try and power through with it. But we'll see. Really nice shot from Jack. This is a beaut. This is a beauty from Jack. Really late use of the flip after rolling up to that position. And then great finish top right off the reset. Could it be the spark? Unfortunately, it's probably too late in this game. I don't see him getting these 3 goals to not go down 3-0, which means he's going to have to climb his way back over the course of some long games. Mawkzy snagging a demo. Could have put up 10 goals. Decided against it. Game 3 to Mawkzy as well. Would you say that Jack is on his game, or no? I can't read the rest of that. That's not even close. You didn't hide it at all. You didn't say, is Jack off his game? Utopia Coliseum for game number 4. Huge pinch off the sidewall to open it. Here's Jack's opportunity. Man, what a challenge from Mawkzy. I don't hate that setup from Jack. It's pretty aggressive at the ceiling to try and get it around Mawkzy, but Mawkzy just read it so clean. And that has to be frustrating for someone in Jack's position. Feels like he's taken it to the next level on the setup in order to try and avoid a challenge like that. Jack with the DS challenge, his last DS challenge, and with a ground level musty that was not it. This one's gonna be better. Succeeded. All the way from his own back wall. Great touch right there to get the ball in the right position. And the reset is around the Mach. Diaz does manage to use as little boost as possible. He'll do it and then have 20 boosts left over to save for the recovery if he doesn't make it in. Mawkzy tried the straight roll and might get punished here. Jack couldn't get the kind of shot he needed. In fact, he's not only gonna not get the shot, he's not gonna get boost or ball either, so he's gonna have to back off. Still a much better game for him so far. Defense has looked clean. Hasn't left any openings. Here's a situation that he has been giving free goals. And I think he might be giving a free goal again. It just seems like you can see it brewing. But Jack doesn't seem to change his game plan at all. If he's low boost and in the orange half, it just feels like he's been scored on already with the way this has been going on. So I don't know what he needs to do differently. If it just needs to bail more often and play a bit more goal line defense if necessary. You know, in this position he even had boost, but it's not going to matter. Mawkzy's playing way too good at defense. Does Jack need to low 50? Does he needs to do something to make it a little bit less active of defense for Mawkzy? And Jack is normally very willing to slow the game down. But right now, he clearly seems like he's trying to speed it up. I mean, that hook shot right there. I mean, I'd go maybe as far as to say that there's a specific style that Jack is trying to achieve in these games. Compared to how he normally plays them. And it could be as preparation for, you know, a couple weekends from now. He wants to play as fast as possible, not really fall too deep into one's meta. Try and see how quickly, how mechanically he can play this 1v1 matchup. Mawkzy, oh my goodness, the reset musty. And no look! Jack hit him with the early nice shots because he could tell right away. We're going to stay Mawkzy POV. I mean, that's just a nice shot. There's the no look to finish. A late no look, I would say. As far as no looks go, he really lined it up and waited until he's basically touching it to no look, but trying to pogo around Jack's not going to work. Jack steals it away. Gets himself a third goal. Jack thought that ball was headed towards the orange half and flipped away in order to try and beat Mawkzy. I mean, you look at the angle there and it looks like, you know, it would make a ton of sense for Mawkzy to bring that back to his own corner. But Mawkzy was one step ahead. And even though it's a bit of a slow touch when Jack doesn't come at all, oh my goodness, Mawkzy, dude. I mean, Mawkzy is playing great. He's playing mechanically in a way we're not really used to either. Great shot. It's Mawkzy. It's not Mawkzy, it's Mawkzy right now. Mawkzy is going to continue to try and peek. Goes wave dash. Mawkzy, not yet. Mawkzy will be in a few weeks. Jack clearing this back wall. I don't know what Mawkzy's plan is. He's going to get air dribble bumped, right? No. Jack's going to go flick. Jack's still very much in this one, but Mawkzy at the same time seems to have prioritized hitting insane clips over winning the game by as many goals as possible. Both these guys staying glued to the ground. Neither of them want to flip. Mawkzy will get the midfield 100 first. Now, how does he get a completely dead ball into a scoring ball like that? Oh, Jack did not get the touch away. He just got underneath it and cut it right along the nets. Jack bump has a minute in order to score 2. And he's going to get his first. 6-7 with 57 seconds left. Jack did not pick up the midfield 100. Hard to think of a reason why you wouldn't want it. Needs to clutch up now. Lean back reset. Just let the ball fall too far away from him. Jack, 29 boost and a dream. Might have needed to go up and try and get a reset. But if he wanted to score on that possession, probably needed to. But he technically still has a chance. Mawkzy's doing a good job picking up pads around this net as well. Look at all these pad pickups to keep Jack completely starved. He could have allowed Jack to pick up quite a bit, and he'd be playing with something right here in this moment, but instead he's fully starved out. Mawkzy pinches this away. Should be able to roll down onto the ground here. And Mawkzy wins 4-0. GG's, I don't know what their plan is, if they want to play more games or, you know, if they're just kind of trying to practice or if they're just going to be all done, but jeez. I mean, Jack readies up. He wants to do another? Sure. Shout me out! It's ApparentlyJack. It's Mawkzy. It's a brand new best of 7. Mawkzy and ApparentlyJack have been grinding 2 back-to-back chat here he goes in one video. Can you imagine? I don't know if we'll go back and watch game 1 now from the original game. Because we're going to have a ton of games, I would think. We might have to at least go see the triple flip reset. Jack, demo, and goal. We've got a new series. We'll see if Jack plays it any differently with a full reset. I was unsurprised to see that Jack wanted to go again, because when I was told that he reached out to Mawkzy, when Jack reached out to me not long ago, we got like 3 matches back to back, and he did just grind through what was, I think, all losses. He scored 2 on NAS. It was looking like it was going to be a good day for Jack. Then got reverse swept. Then got swept by Raziers. Then I think got 1 game against Mawkzy. So, but he still grinded. He kept going. You know, not often do players lose and say, "Give me another one. Give me another one. Give me another one." Jack seems to be in that improvement mindset, that grind mindset. Who knows how much of that could be affected nowadays too, with the fact that ranked is just bots. So it's like, hey, play some 1s against Mawkzy, or free play might be your only options. Jack gonna stop the Mawkzy Diaz challenge. Steals it clean. Equalize 2-2. Cookie Chris, the gifted. As chat on YouTube does point out, Jack playing the Octane is the big news, I feel like. Clearly showing that he's trying to do something new here, maybe as a result of how the split's been going for GK so far. This is a really good first touch from Mawkzy. I don't even know if this is like Jack's fault too much. Obviously, I've been talking about how he's been stuck in the orange half a ton, but that is such a good first touch from Mawkzy. I'm confused, Fear. I thought you were going off for today. Listen, so did I. And I went to go check to see who to raid. And I saw Mawkzy. Mawkzy was playing a series against Jack. And I said to myself, why go offline when you can just stay online? Mawkzy, what a wave that shot. And the whole way down, too. Threatening a shot on net. If we watch from Jack POV, so many different times you can use that flip. I mean, you have to understand why Jack respects that. You left before the raid? No, by all means. I had fully ended the previous stream. I would not blame anybody for having left. I was off screen. The thanks for watching scene was up. Nice shots. This one is already looking much more equal between the two. Watch that to improve his confidence. Yeah. I don't know if that would necessarily help too much watching their successes. I bet watching their extreme failures is more influential. Like when we will skip Jack's own goal. I'm sure Jack feels like, dude, these plays are so good. Like, this is such a good play. This is not easy to do. Mawkzy delaying the flip, perfect touch into great landing, immediate power shot. It can look like Jack isn't playing well when you see these counterattacks, but I mean, I think a lot of the credit should go to how Mawkzy's playing. Jack, great shot. I mean, Jack is just as a new man here in this new series. Just needed to start it over. Chat, I faked ending the stream so that someone would leave. You guys all know who I'm talking about, right? Just really wanted them to be gone. So I faked the ending of the stream. See, I didn't have anyone in mind. I was just trying to bait you all into revealing who you guys hate. Jack, smart fake. Probably not likely to score from there. Could afford to get boosts. Continue the attack. Jack, ooh, blocking the pinch and stealing the boost. What a play. What a dive. It's those kind of dives, too, that actually have been Jack's downfall. But he sticks to it and is rewarded there in that position. Bouncing this hard off the wall in order to bring it back midfield. Great threat of the near post before turning to the power shot into the right side. A much improved Jack here in this second series. Mawkzy sticking around the ball. Big enough clear to prevent the counterattack goal. Will we get an OT? Oh, this is just going to be so clean. If Mawkzy finds a way to score this, I feel like this movement is so good to counter Jack. I mean, Jack has been in a bit too deep, but that's such a perfect pass into the wall dash, into the tap out ahead. It's happened to him so much that Jack probably needs to learn his lesson at this point. Love the delay. Love the good cheese. Bringing out the 1v1 strategies. Oh, but Mawkzy still makes it back. That goes to show Jack is still trying to win the 1v1 game straight up, even if he is changing his playstyle slightly for prep for their RLCS. What do you think that Jack's? What do you think the chance that Jack still makes the major? Do they just kind of need the similar run they had before? Was it their team or GK had the run? I don't know if Jack was on it at that time, where they just needed to win a regional to even have a chance. They probably need to win the regional and Man City out top 8. That is pretty tough. I think that even just asking Man City to go out top 8 is already pretty tough and not something they can control, so... Mawkzy, interesting. Try to hook shot zap dash, didn't work. We get scored on. You missed the first game. If you just showed up, the first game of the second series was close. Mawkzy won it in the last 5 seconds. Game 1 of the previous series, I couldn't tell you because I wasn't here for it. Nice play from Mawkzy. Jack gives him the nice shot as well. We watched it from Jack POV. But Mawkzy ceiling reset. Delayed there when he saw Jack floating up on the pre-jump. Waited for him to miss or to fly by, then use the flip. They did, in fact, already play a best of 7. This is best of 7 number 2. W grind from ApparentlyJack. Is Mawkzy the only pro who uses 110 heights? That is an especially high height, right? That's not bad. I thought I've heard of people using 110. 110 and 105 is what's used the most, right? I haven't changed my height in 1,000 years. Not that anyone cares about my height. Oh, I don't even have camera settings, obviously, because I'm not in the game. I think 105, just based on when I used to actually look at settings. I haven't looked at settings in forever. I don't even know whose settings I'm using anymore. I obviously copied a pro at some point, as everyone does. Haven't changed in forever. $90 to $110. Oh, is it by 10 for height? 105 isn't even possible. I'm thinking of field of view, I guess. I mean, it just goes to show how little I look at settings nowadays. Ooh, Jack faked him there. Mawkzy's movement in his own half has been so good, though, up until this point. You love that Jack genuinely grinds regardless of the situation. His hard work is going to pay off. I do love W grinders. Chat, where's your favorite place to get a grinder? Can you tell it's lunchtime? On Grinder? Jack has finally gotten going here. Tinder is definitely not the place. Cam on during Showmatch? I don't even have a green screen though. You guys want cam on? Is the meta switching back to cam on during Showmatch? It can't be. Certainly meta is still no cam on. You know, RLCS, I guess RLCS has cams on, but it's the players' cams. What do you care what I'm doing? I'm here for you? You're the only one. Type 1 in chat if you're here. for the gameplay or the emotes. Mawkzy double bump to get his second goal. Can Mawkzy steal this one back as well is the question now. Or are we living to see a new day? Jack needs to be careful in the orange half. He's in a tough spot here. Mawkzy going cringe, which we've yet to see. We saw Mawkzy trying ceiling reset, pre-flip, doubles. Clearly feeling confident. Now down 3. All of a sudden, he found another opportunity to air dribble cringe. It's interesting how that opportunity never showed up in the previous game. And now all of a sudden, he sees opportunities to do it. Jack is just cooking him now. 6-2. Halim boy, yes. What is your question? Mawkzy, air dribble cringe is back on the menu. Air dribble cringe is back on the menu. As long as you're down 3-4. Hello? Mawkzy forfeit. That's much more fun than the normal way you have to forfeit. You just paused, and instead of letting yourself get chased down, you just ended the game. How have you been doing today? I hope your day has been going fine. One thing, I was trying to play Rocket Cars with Proverb and Burbo, and they kicked me from the party. Can we do something about this? This is not DSC club behavior. Sounds like you need to get good. DSC drama? Mawkzy is in Feer roleplay? What do you mean by that? Uh-oh, you never paused during the countdown. See, that's why. Game number 2. Interesting, the in-game scoreboard has the game count go from outside to in as opposed to inside to out. This is very interesting. Did I not say game 3? I'm going to show you guys. See, it counts from outside to in. And I don't know why I just noticed that. I feel like RLCS and of course mine counts inside to out, but Mawkzy's had enough. He's had enough of L's. It's also so ugly. I mean, they're limited by their in-game UI. So sure, it's not that clean, but it's not bad. It's great for its purpose. Mawkzy has exclamation point coaching in his chat or in his stream title. He's selling some coaching. Jack also sells coaching, I would say, with the next rank. Chat, you guys want to get coached by me? Should I start selling coaching? To lose? No! To learn how to BLJ. Jack, big kickoff win. Mawkzy really at fault here. I think flipping right on the right side of the ball. That's not going to work. You would like to learn how to be LJ. Grind the game more. Boom. Done. Interesting back pass from Mawkzy. How to get the perfect soft touch. It's going to work too. He takes it back to his own half with the perfect amount of power to be able to save it and even bait Jack in and then get the counter. When am I going to claim the SM64 bounty? Listen, I know everyone wants to talk about SM64, but that bounty is crazy. Green Suiji getting almost all 5 records again before anyone else gets one. I'm not even sure anyone ever is going to steal his spot. I feel like there was a big surge and then people were kind of like, I'm not going to be able to get it, and then stopped. Jack equalizing. Has Nupo tried yet? You guys think RLCS pros would be really good at speedrunning? You can't tell me that Zen isn't getting a sub 20 within, you know, a week if he wants to. Mawkzy, nice play around the side wall. Wavy's good at speedrunning Minecraft. Yeah, interesting. Minecraft, I think, is a bit different than Mario. Kids these days don't understand how N64 games work. Nah, they'd figure it out. The thing is, the current record holder who's doing like such a good job is a 17-year-old. It's just like Rocket League, where the youngsters are just melding their brain to the game and then becoming untouchable. Jack seems to be trying to get a tight angle counter. A little bit greedy from him when he sees Mawkzy chasing down with him. Oh man, how is Mawkzy making this not free? I don't understand. That should have just been a free counterattack. But Mawkzy managed to stay involved in the play somehow and make it difficult on Jack. That was a mistouch. You could see Jack toggling his camera there because he knew it. No reason to give the ball over to Mawkzy. That is going to be a nice play though. Goomba stop, protection of the ball. Zen still not doing much 1v1. You've been out of the loop a long time. Yeah, he hasn't played. Was his last 1v1 against Dupo on my stream? Has he played a 1v1 since then? He didn't play. Wow, 6-7 with 2 minutes left to go. He played. Did not play RLCS after that. And I don't know if he's played a show match again since then. Oh, I take that back. He played a couple. He said he was going to go on another streak, didn't he? He said he was going to go on another streak, but then he went like 1-2 or 1-3 on Johnny's stream. He did play a boomer mode 1v1, best of 1, first to 5 against Atto. I'm not sure that counts. You should force both of your child to grind Rocket League till they eventually resent it, but at least they'll be mechy. Sounds like a genius play. Great shot from Mawkzy. These guys are racking up goals right now. Mawkzy. Ooh! I wasn't sure I was going to score here. I thought maybe a fake flick. But he decides to just power slide, cut, dices up Jack, and keeps it in the nets. Jack with a decent scoring chance here. Got him up. He's got Mawkzy missing now. Something he just felt like he wasn't getting before. But a really strong setup. Got Mawkzy in the air. Mawkzy holding all his boost to take this shot. He's not even going to need all of it. But he just prepped for the 50 that he knew was coming. Great roll. Just guided it. And he importantly didn't try and win it to the net either. He just said, okay, Jack is on his way. Let me just guide it to the wall, and I'll get the better recovery. A lot of people will try and get scared about the challenge and try to force it through, which is not as easy to control. Mawkzy, ooh, try the single jump catch and flick. Couldn't place it precisely enough, but he is up 10-9. So it's on Jack to play recklessly. Mawkzy usually pretty good at taking advantage of that. Is Jack going to try and turn in? He did try and turn in, but while also avoiding Mawkzy, it's not going to work. And it will be 9-11 with 20 seconds. Top 5 1v1 players of all time. Give me Fairy Feet. Give me Scrub Killer. Give me Khaled. Give me Nas. Give me First Killer. Give me Daniel. I've ran into too many. That's 6. Is that 6 enough? Gloria's. Thinking of Salt Mine winners. 11, 11, 11. Gengar. Who do I take out of my 6 though? Fairy, Scrub, Khaled, Nas, First Killer Daniel. I guess Nupo's world champion. Man, you gotta kind of put Nupo in there. I guess you gotta take Nas out. So many Salt Mine wins though. You take First Killer or do you take Daniel? You probably have to take First Killer. So Daniel probably has to go. Oh, I didn't even get to Mawkzy or Ruas. Dude, top 5's tough. You probably just have to take some of the old goats out. Like, can you just take a Scrub Killer out? It just feels so wrong. But address what's going on in the chat. Halim Boy did nothing wrong. I don't understand. Oh, you're talking about Halim Boy getting removed from the in-game party? Listen, I cannot settle your guys' disputes. What about Zapatos? You can't be top 5 all time. So who do we have? Like 8 people we're trying to fit into the top 5 right now. Scrub, Fairy, Khaled, and then Ruas Mawkzy is also just like a good top 5. But then you're leaving out a Nas, who's done a lot of work. You're leaving out Daniel and First Killer, the NA 1v1ers. I almost feel like I like a Ruas Mawkzy, but then you're leaving out Nupo, the only 1v1 world champ. It's just tough, dude. Fairy, Mawkzy, Nas, Nupo, Ruas. So you're getting rid of Khaled and Scrub. You're getting rid of Khaled? How much are cheats for this game? Oh, Terry the Turtle. I'm going to have every last moderator give you the full extent of the law. Straight to places you don't want it. Just kidding. Too late. Too late. You're gone. Stop gatekeeping? You think I'm holding on to the cheats? I can't even entertain it right now for some reason. The game is suffering so bad from cheaters. Nice double from Jack. I don't think that Naga fully looked into the EU. I don't know how much he attempted to do it. He apparently had discovered methods, but I never heard about any progress attempting to be made. And instead I've heard about progress on the new Slater. An even better one. Mawkzy, is he gonna 50 this or cringe this? He tries to 50 and cringe it. Why not both? Why not both? The 50 and then the bump. After Jack rolled the ball high. When will real 1v1 goats go against Slater? We tried Mawkzy on NA ping, right? We tried Diaz, which is about as good as it gets. And he didn't quite get it to OT, but he got pretty close. I think the problem is Slater got better. Like, Slater was continuing to improve as time went on. And so I think the time might have even passed where, ooh, the double resets from Mawkzy. Brings out the quick chat, nice shots from Jack. There's one. There's two. And the bump as well. Mawkzy bumping Jack away. Top 5 ones all time. Cook's orange team, Cook's blue team, Cook's washed current, anyone else from Yumina, rest of the world. Nice save from Mawkzy. And his counterattacks have been so good. Ooh, Jack almost got back down after the fake, but the resulting challenge still results in the ball headed straight to the net. Wait, Chad, did you guys say Pokemon streaming? Was it worth it? Was the bit worth it? Oh, nice fake for Jack. Oh, unlucky. Jack might still have a chance here. With 4 seconds left to go. It'd be a shame if someone were to switch the scene for the sake of a bit in this very close game. Delay kickoff. Love the cheese. Actually got this towards net, but he's not going to be able to catch back up to it. unless Mawkzy wants to keep it up for funsies. It will hit ground. Mawkzy up 3-1 in a best of 7. Do you think a secondary ball outside the map would throw off a bot? Wait a second. We're thinking outside the box. I'm liking what I'm hearing. We drop a ball. We drop thousands of balls all over the map, outside the map. And we give in the data ball position to those, you know, spots first in a way that only a bot would get confused by. You can't lock onto them with ball cam, which bots don't care about. The humans get to lock onto the regular ball with ball cam. I think it wouldn't take very long for them to figure it out. The bots would pretty quickly be able to be like, all right, ignore all the balls that aren't the ones moving, and then it's chalk. Maybe we put a bunch of balls outside the arena, all moving ever so slightly differently than the ball that actually matters in the middle of the game. They'd probably be able to... Okay, we put ghost balls that you can't see in the center of the game. They're all around. No one else can detect them. Yeah, it's tough. I think no matter what we did, they'd figure it out. Ooh, Mawkzy. Oh, it worked! He got nothing on his reset. He got so little that it actually might have worked as a fake. I want to see from Jack's POV. Dude, he got like... Oh, Jack just thought he had to catch there, I think. Which he would have if that touch had any more power. Problem is they can figure it out always if you change it every time. They have to retrain the bot. I bet you there's some skips they could do to you know, filter inputs before giving them to the bot or something, and the bot doesn't have to be retrained necessarily. Ooh, Mawkzy, 1, 2. Cringe attempts to finish it off. Rocket League would be better if it had 40 player raids with rare loot. Rocket League, but you have to team up with 40 different players to try and beat Slater. And if you do, you unlock rare items. Is this Rocket League 2? Are we designing it right now? Does it say the stream includes paid promotion? Sometimes if you check it, I never even noticed to uncheck it. So I don't even know when the last time we've had paid promotion is. This stream brought to you by Contexto, maybe? Contexto timeouts. Maybe it's brought to you by DSC. I could not tell you the last time we legitimately had a branded stream. Last one was TikTok? Maybe. I think Rocket League should add like a street market system where one player can trade with another for items. Maybe add something like crates to hold the items and keys used to open them? Nah, I don't think they'll ever be able to bring back crates. The writing is so clearly on the wall for the online video game gambling. I don't think they have any interest in trying to get back into it. Mawkzy Diaz challenge down 2, needs a bucket. Lands shorts, but Jack makes it easy on him. Jack has tons of boost too. Just so much respect to dive across the ball early like that. interesting. Jack actually got a high enough bounce that this is going to be okay. Trading could come back. Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with trading. Crates, I don't see ever coming back. I mean, probably trading's never coming back either, but that's because they hate us, not because it's gonna be illegal soon. What a catch from Mawkzy. Fake challenge worked. Got Mawkzy up in the air. Jack diving in a lot more effectively now. Ceiling pinch. Interesting. Got the follow-up at least. Mawkzy needs 2 goals. Reset ceiling heights. Double. Oh my goodness. I was going to say nice shot, but he missed it. Love the idea. Jack is staring him down. Ball cam on. Pre-flip flick. Gets Mawkzy in net. He's sticking around so that Mawkzy is awkward on that post before picking up boost, but Mawkzy handled it pretty well. Okay, chance here for Jack. He sees Mawkzy's going for the 100 and missed the 100. Ooh, Mawkzy very likely to get faked in a situation like this, where you miss the boost and you're playing on 0. I mean, it's so tough to make the right play in that situation. Mawkzy swinging wide and around the midfield. Just bumps Jack off the ball. Jack has boost advantage, though. Should be okay. Even stole this corner here. Seems like it's a long way away from when Jack just couldn't get anything going at all. Strong save from Mawkzy. Throwable. Throwable here. With a couple bad kickoffs, this game could be thrown. Mawkzy needs to rush it to net. Ceiling reset. He's got to go faster than this. It's taking too long. Taking too long. He paused it. Can we give Jack a bit more love, please? I'm his mom. Type 1 in chat if you're Jack's mom. Game number 6, Neo Tokyo. Jack picking up some wins here. Maybe could force a champion's field with another solid game. Humongous flick from Mawkzy, my goodness. Jack still able to get the save though. Mawkzy's trying to play keep away. Plan is clearly to cut it away from his own half. Got the perfect respawn time, and he's just gonna go for boost again. He got there too early though, so Jack gets the 100. Mawkzy just thought he could get Jack to panic. I'll tell you what, if I'm in net, maybe that works. Jack just sits and lets the ball roll in front of his net. Mawkzy to the ceiling for the reset. Sees the early challenge. He's been really good at reading the early challenges, using the flip, and just letting the double be the one to tap it in. Mawkzy flick top right. 2-0. Mawkzy staying very aggressive. This is a position that Jack got scored on multiple times when he tried to do the same against Mawkzy. Mawkzy's been a bit cleaner though. Jack getting muscled off this 100. Mawkzy's going to pick it up. Now Jack very little. Reverse wave dash. Ooh, the reverse curve dash was interesting. But it doesn't matter. Still a goal for Mawkzy. Round pinch for Jack. Opens up his scoring here on Neo Tokyo. Mawkzy, another great read. This time goes underneath. Jack's giving him so much credit, and it's well deserved. His reactions to the Jack pre-jumps have been on point. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I thought Mawkzy mixed it for a second. He almost did. 5-1. Mawkzy's locking it in here. I feel like anybody talking about, Jack getting cooked must not have been here for the first best of 7. Because this has been a great improvement on the half of Jack. Jack doing his best to keep this away from net. Still played right into Mawkzy's save. Interesting. Bump, but not a demo. Mawkzy can't get back. Mawkzy. Oh my goodness. Jack dropping the notch shot again. 112 km/h flick from the top of the arena. Jack just says, good shot. I'm not even trying. Mawkzy just gave a freebie. Is Jack greater than Mawkzy all time in ones? No. I think Jack's biggest tournament win remains on my stream. The fall 5K, reverse sweeping Daniel into the game against First Killer that he was able to win when he was in NA. I don't think Jack has won an EU tournament ever. Mawkzy and Rawas have spent, the last few years being top dogs in ones. Nas joined in and took over for a bit. And now it's Nupo. It's been Nupo for maybe a year now. A little bit more than that, actually. Mawkzy, great air dribble. Reset to top right corner. I'm sure we'll have show matches with Nupo. We had him in the recent tournament that I ran, the Feer Frenzy. He played, he won. As we get closer to ones RLCS, I'm sure Nupo's going to be more and more willing to get practice in. But with a minute left to go, it's looking like this series is probably over. Mass Duelist when? I was thinking about that. I was thinking about reaching out to players soon about Mass Duelists. It could be good to do between the last opens and Paris. Mawkzy. Reset 50. The golden days of 1v1. When will you do Salt Mine 1439? You're saying a future Salt Mine 1439? This is cute. This is nice. Is Mawkzy trying to start it up again? He's in another reverse dribble. Are they just going to keep ball up? Pretty impressive reverse dribble from Mawkzy. Jack seems to be around in case it starts to drop. Mawkzy. Oh, no, he's trying to get a reverse dribble going. Mawkzy spams. ... I need to add ... to my quick chatting. GG's, GG's.